we are about to experience right now is downright uncalled for. And we need to push the issue. We need to push the issue with the WHO. They need to be forcing China to give them all of the information, because you cannot tell me that they are giving them all of the information concerning this mysterious illness. I have new information that I'm going to put in this video. Yesterday I told you about it, but I also have video I'm going to add to it. And new information that's happening right now. Stay tuned and hit that like button if you can. Share the video out so more people will know about it, because more people need to know about it. We need to be preparing, because if we just sit around and let them lie to our face like they did in 2019, we're going to be facing the backlash all over again. I'm sorry, I don't want to do lockdowns anymore. You let me know in the comments. Do you? Everything missing off the shelves because delivery's not being made. Do you want to see that? Because I'm starting to already see a little bit of emptiness because we have the drought in Panama.
Never up, never down, never.
I'm going to give you what this report is saying. I'm also going to show you a video clip because it is totally opposite of what this report is saying China is telling everybody. So November 23rd, Chinese health authorities have not detected any unusual or novel pathogens and provided the requested data on an increase in respiratory illnesses and reported clusters of pneumonia in children. The WHO, World Health Organization, asked China for more information on last Wednesday after groups including the Program for Monitoring Emerging Diseases called ProMed, the same ones who reported about the mysterious illness in 2019 and come to find out it was C19, right? So they reported clusters of undiagnosed pneumonia in children in North China. So what China is telling the WHO organization, right? What they're telling the WHO is that this is linked to them lifting their COVID-19 restrictions, along with the circulation of known pathogens like mycoplasma and pneumonia, a common bacterial infection that typically affects younger children and which has circulated since May. There's no way this has been circulating since May, and then this heavy pickup is happening since October. There's something that they are leaving something out. I'm trying to mince my words because it's YouTube. So influenza, RSV, and adenovirus have been circulating since October. The agency does not advise against travel and trade, as they have been monitoring the situation with authorities, they say. No unusual pathogens have been detected in the capital of Beijing and the northeastern province of Liang. Chinese authorities from the National Health Commission held a press conference on November 13th to report an increase in incidence of respiratory disease. Now, let's get into what's really happening. Let me just show you. And then you can tell me in the comments, is China hiding something? Are they holding back something? Is the WHO doing their work? Because they're willing to accept what China is saying. Just like they accepted what China said, well, oh, it's nothing. It's just this. It's just that. And it turned out to be something that killed millions of people. If you're looking at everything based off of what you see right around you, you would think that everything is fine. But it takes you to put those special glasses on and take a look at what's happening outside of your bubble that you are in, outside of your small area that you are in. We have to look at what is happening in other countries, because what is happening in other countries always to be used for educational purposes only and fair use.
We begin with the outbreak in China. It's too big to ignore. They're clocking more than 10,000 cases a day. Most of the patients are children. They're coming down with a mysterious pneumonia. They have infected lungs and fever, but the cause of the illness is still unclear. You don't know exactly what this disease is, and China won't say how many cases there are or how widespread the outbreak is. Unofficially, it's been called a walking pneumonia. Officially, China is not sure what it's dealing with. But here's what we've been able to piece together. It's massive, with thousands of...
So sorry to interrupt, but why is it always world news from other countries, especially India, that we can get this information from and not our own? Our news is constantly talking about 2024 elections, Donald Trump, his sons, his daughters, whoever. They're talking about every single thing except for what will definitely affect us all. Just a question. Let me know in the comments. They want us to stay asleep. They want us to focus on simple things or anything that has nothing to do with things that affect our health and what we need to do to protect ourselves. Why?
Thousands of patients, mostly children. There is anecdotal evidence from key hotspots like China's capital, Beijing. The Beijing Children's Hospital is overwhelmed. They're getting 7,000 patients a day. That's the daily average, 7,000 patients. Another hotspot is Tianjin. It's a metropolis in northern China, close to Beijing. Last Saturday, Tianjin reported a big surge, over 13,000 cases in 24 hours. And this is just from one hospital, the Tianjin Children's Hospital. The biggest one in the city, this hospital. And remember what the pandemic taught us. These numbers are only a conservative estimate. They do not reflect the full scale of the crisis. If 13,000 patients end up in hospital, there are most likely many more outside, many more carrying the infection. That's the first point to note. The second is this. The outbreak is not recent. It must have begun weeks ago for the numbers to swell like this. And it appears that thousands of patients in multiple cities are now infected in China. Let me show you some pictures that are doing the rounds. Again, these are Chinese hospitals. They are overburdened. Look at this one. Reports say these are parents standing in long queues, waiting to get their children treated. There is also a grab of a hospital screen. It says there are more than 700 patients in the queue, 700 patients in the queue. And what's the waiting time to see a doctor? More than 13 hours. Then we have this picture, again from a hospital in China. These children are sick. They have been placed on an IV drip, but they're still doing their schoolwork. This looks like a classroom inside a hospital. All of it is quite alarming. But guess what Beijing says? It's not unusual. They released a statement to this effect today. It said that they've not found anything unusual. They found no novel pathogens, meaning no new virus or bacteria. China is basically saying this is not a new disease.
China is lying. Y'all, we need to be preparing because it's a matter of time before this jumps. And when it jumps, right now it's just children. And how is it just affecting children? Or are the parents not getting tested also? What is happening? Travel is still open. People are going and coming. It's going to be here in the United States. It's going to be in every country if we don't do something about it. And we need to force China's hand because China is straight up lying to our face.
And this is what they told the WHO, the World Health Organization. But what is causing the surge then? Why are so many children falling sick in China? According to Chinese reports, they're dealing with a perfect storm, a nasty flu season, where multiple diseases are circulating like influenza and Mycoplasma pneumoniae.
Look at all these people.
It is a bacterial infection. So this is China's assurance. But remember, the same China had misled the world in 2019. In a similar fashion, it had played down the Wuhan virus outbreak. When the virus was spreading rapidly, China insisted there was no human-to-human transmission. They lied to the world, and the WHO took their word for it.
Just like they're taking their word for it right now.
It was a mistake that cost the world millions of lives. This time, China has shared some data with the WHO, but some experts say it's not good enough. Like Dr. Krutika Kupalli. She's an infectious diseases expert and a member of the WHO's health emergency team. Let me quote from what she said. I was very concerned when the first reports of the alert came across at the end of 2019, and I am concerned now. This is China's first winter without a stringent lockdown, and they could have an increase in respiratory infections as other countries did coming out of lockdown. This could be anything. Let's get more information. And those last 4 words are key. Let's get more information. Experts are raising red flags here, and world leaders cannot take this lightly. We need to be vigilant. India, too, is watching the situation in China. New Delhi put out a statement today. It said India faces a low risk from the outbreak in China. Nonetheless, it is being monitored. We say it's best to err on the side of caution and not be too diplomatic about this one. Because the last time something like this happened, the world was thrust into a pandemic. We cannot afford to repeat the same mistakes.
Everyone is so upset. Well, everyone is just not saying upset, but everybody is so willing not to get China upset, not to poke the bear, that they don't push the issue. The issue needs to be pushed because this is not just going to affect them. This is going to affect our children. This is going to affect our elderly. This is going to affect everybody.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I can see everything